Hi, I'm Tim, welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing a larger-than-life Breitling Avenger Seawolf in stainless steel. As you can see, this watch, a hardcore diver rated down to 10,000 feet or 3,000 meters. And yes, I know they aren't exactly equivalent, but Breitling, suspend your disbelief. The watch is immense and imposing, 18.5 millimeters thick. The watch spans a remarkable and eagle-like 54.4 millimeters across the wrist, but I say it's remarkable not because it's larger than anything else I've experienced, that's a fairly common oversized watch wingspan, but because the shape of the lugs makes this watch strangely wearable on a small wrist, and that truly is remarkable. The spacing between the lugs is 22 millimeters, so let's get that out of the way first and foremost, but talk about the fit of this watch. On a 16 centimeter circumference wrist, it is secure. I believe you could wear this watch on a wrist as small as 15 centimeters circumference quite comfortably. Now, big is the style, but if you're into your Hublot, you're into your Panerai, Audemars Royal Oak Offshore, especially the 44, this watch is definitely right up your alley. Solid in stainless steel, almost vault-like on the wrist. You can see that it's nicely contoured around the edges of my wrist to hold its immense bulk secure, and then it's equipped with a strap that's a little bit unusual, as we rarely see this Breitling Ocean Racer strap, which is designed to emulate the look of their Ocean Racer bracelet that is very similar but infinitely less accommodating to your wrist. You can also see that it's close coupled to the case flank, and there is a little bit of a recess in the case flank that allows this strap to move unimpeded. So that's one of the reasons it fits so well. It's very close coupled and thus it has a highly integrated look. If you roll all the way around, and by the way, it is a very supple strap that vents quite well. There is a deluxe deploying clasp. This is Breitling's premier deployant. It's not a clamshell system, it's not stamped. It is solidly made from big thick pieces of metal, satin finished externally, and you can see it has a twin trigger release again rather than the more common Breitling clamshell. Internally there is a push button slider for fine adjustment, so you can use this to extend all the way out over a diving suit, for example, but you can also use it for fine sizing. There are scored marks inside the strap on both sides. The strap is designed to be cut to length, and it is remarkably soft and supple. I mean, it is one of the most pliant I have ever experienced, adding to the comfort factor of this watch. There are handsome striations and a little bit of a recessed channel down the top of the strap to give it definition, and the case itself, like the strap, is massive, imposing, and impressive. All of high polish, nevertheless there is some grace given the compound curvatures of this case, and the lugs do turn quite dramatically, almost 90 degrees from the horizontal sweep of the case. Shear guard structures for the crown. You'll note that the crown itself features a multi-row knurling that's evocative of nothing so much as a grenade, and perhaps that's your cue to regard this as military-grade equipment, and it truly is an impressive piece of hardware. As you can see, the crown is held onto the case by screws. Those are not ornamental. This is called a captive bezel, and each one of those screws must be removed to remove the bezel from the case. This is a very solid construction method used principally by Breitling and Zinn, making the bezel almost impossible to eject by abrasion or impact. Now, the bezel features rider tabs that make it easier to grip when your hands might be wet, sweaty, or gloved, and well, I can attest to that. Digital style scale, you can see the numerals easily read, and then there is a luminescent pearl that you can position against the minute hand, and you have an impromptu 0 to 60 minute timer. Good for diving, almost better though for land-based use, as I find it's easier to read a radial bezel scale than it is to read a chronograph subregister, and let's face it, most chronograph subregisters are 30 minutes only. The dial is an unusual one, not because of its depth, which is good, it does feature a flange or ray-hot outboard, but because it is a sort of gloss gray, a look that I've rarely seen on watches. The watch features immense and raised and relieved Arabic numerals with applique indices at 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 6 o'clock, and an applique polished frame for the date aperture at 3 o'clock. Now, it does not lie. Water resistant down to 3,000 meters and equipped with a helium escape valve for those of you who might engage in saturation diving. Underneath the case back, powering this mechanical monster, it is a Breitling caliber 17, which is to say a chronometer spec ETA 28242, automatic winding with bidirectional action, quick set date, stop seconds, 25 joules, beaten away at 28,800 vibrations per hour, adjusted in 5 positions, and COSC chronometer certified. So it is a very tough tractor movement that is also very accurate as a chronometer. This is an impressive timepiece. It's impressive impressive to see. It feels impressive in the hand and on the wrist. It is a solid piece of equipment. It feels professional grade. See it and go pro on the watch box. Breitling Avenger Seawolf. Note all three hands including seconds loomed and a large luminescent pearl on the bezel.